increasing or there's a rise in instances where these hidden cameras are actually being abused for sexual assault, for cases of sexual assault or rape for that matter. PK Jain, how should one look at this?
Sneha ji, namaskar. Thank you very much for inviting me here today. See, my simple take on this matter is we are into a stage of technology, and there is no way that these things can be done away with or can be, wished away. So there are two things. One is that whenever we find such a case, we must make an example out of it. The people who are behind it, the culprits, they should be taken to task in very, very strict terms. And the second one is bias beware. I think it is the duty of the management that they must keep screening all these places which are vulnerable, like the girls' bathrooms and things like that. CCTVs in open areas are always welcome, but somebody trying to clandestinely record private moments is something which should always be dealt with a very, very heavy hand. The management, the college management, the hostel management must keep sweeping these areas for hidden cameras, for hidden electronic devices. That is one. And secondly, I think the girls have been very vigilant in this case. I don't know whether there will be any deleted videos found on the cell phones which have been recovered, taken into custody by the police. But if at all there are, I think it is a question of bias beware also. I think all the girls and the users of such bathrooms should also be careful about such occurrences, because they happen in the trial rooms, in the showrooms, they happen in the girls' bathrooms in various hostels, colleges. So I think it is a multifarious approach that will probably help us. Otherwise, I'm at my wit's end to even think as to how can this problem be tackled. The only thing in my police manners is that we deal with such cases with a very, very heavy hand. And if a message goes across to the culprits or the probable culprits, that helps. Sneha ji.
Okay, Brinda Adige, if I can get you in. Brinda Adige, this horror is literally state after state after state after state. Today we are focusing on two instances, one in Hyderabad, one in Chennai. I mean, just look at this. Today what the judge went on to say is very, very important. And it's not about those who understand or not understand, who are not sensitive. This is also for allies. And that's politicization of cases for political gains, but more importantly also, just a very minimal understanding of words to be used and not to be used.
Politicizing of cases are happening everywhere. There is not a single state or a case that has not been politicized. But that said, the protests that are out there, I would like to look at it from another angle about the inaction or the apathy on the part of the state and the management. Now, the other question that you asked to the other panelist is, should we even have CCTV cameras at restrooms, toilets, bathrooms? These are private spaces. One can have it just outside those rooms. When we are in the bathroom or a restroom, there are many things that get recorded, and there is no way for anybody to keep monitoring the person who's recording this. But that said, there has to be some monitoring, which means it has to be done in person, probably by the warden or the supervisor in charge. Now, when we come to what the judge has said, this is tacit patriarchy. Sure, this is tacit patriarchy. But how else are we going to get the state and the management to be accountable? Where is it? We have heard, like you mentioned, case after case, but we really don't know what happens after an FIR is registered. We don't know what logical conclusion that case has been brought to. One doesn't know whether warnings were issued, whether any plan of action was asked, any directions and instructions given to the management to prevent something like this happening again. So all the time we discuss, and then we have these
Brinda Adige, allow me to just interrupt you at this point.